It's on the lovable youngster, Greta Thunberg, who we're all great fans of. Now, she's had her say on the conflict in the Middle East, because obviously the intersection between climate and Gaza, they're one and the same. Leo Kearse is very unimpressed, though, and I wonder why. It's time for Leo's lament.
So yeah, as Darren said, the eternally irritating doom unit Greta Thunberg came out in favour of Islamic jihad this week. I mean, I'm not surprised. Everybody under 25 seems to have as well. But why is she supporting Hamas? Why is she siding with these terrorists? I mean, she doesn't like it when we burn coal, but somehow Hamas burning rocket fuel, burning people's homes, even burning civilians themselves is fine by her. She posted an image on social media with her holding up a sign saying, I think it said, Free Gaza, or I stand with Gaza, although she is sitting down. And interestingly, in the corner, you can see there a blue octopus, the significance of which was seized upon by some as an example of a Nazi dog whistle. It echoes Nazi propaganda that showed a blue octopus taking over the world, supposedly standing for the Jewish people. But what I want to know is, why is Greta Thunberg taking sides on divisive issues such as the conflict in Israel and the trans debate? Her core issue should be climate change. So she shouldn't be pushing away people who could be on her side. Israelis buy cars, Jews buy cars, civilized people buy cars. So don't alienate those people. Don't push them away. It really just shows that she's not interested in saving the climate at all. She's just a desperate, fame-hungry grifter, like so many other people on the left. Sorry, Benjamin. And she's just trying to reinvent herself like Madonna. But like Madonna, she needs to go out for retirement now. So Greta, sling your hook.
Well. Benjamin, you've got to have right to reply to being a fame-hungry grifter.
I'm not desperate, but the rest is true. I mean, look, I don't agree with Greta Thunberg on this, and I can't stand people that talk of free Palestine. Well, the people that run Palestine don't believe in any sort of freedom. So, I take issue with the conclusion she comes to. But she is someone who has built one of the biggest platforms of anybody in the world. She's incredibly influential. Tens of millions of young people listen to her, and I think it's perfectly reasonable that she'd have an opinion on lots of things. Look, there's plenty of stuff that you lecture about that you know nothing of. I hardly think you can pull Greta up
I think
on that.
I know more about most things than a 14-year-old child.
She's like 20 now, I think.
Well, she still looks about 14. I don't know what's going on. And honestly, there must be so many scientists, so many climate change scientists who've slaved away. They put the hours in. They've got the PhDs. And they could be giving these lectures, and instead, this little girl.
But Leo, surely you don't think only experts on topics should have opinions on certain topics? Otherwise, what are we all doing here talking about things that we actually don't?
Well, you think it's a ridiculous idea for us to turn to experts for what they think instead of asking a child?
Your inference is that no one other than experts on a topic should have an opinion.
My point is that if she cares about climate change, she shouldn't be supporting, taking sides on divisive issues that will push away people. Like, if I was a civilized person, which I'm not, then I'd be saying, well, she's supporting Hamas. I'm not going to listen to her on climate change. You know what? I'm going to get a 5-litre car. I'm going to do donuts in the car park. Screw you, Greta.
It sounds as though you want to be Greta Thunberg's campaign manager because you're giving her all this advice about what she should and shouldn't do. But I don't think you're arguing that she shouldn't have these opinions at all. You're saying that if she was, a better campaigner, or if she was a little bit more intelligent in the way that she strategized,
if she cared about climate change,
she would only talk about climate change. I mean, I care about lots of things, and I don't just talk about the things I care about. I talk about things.
Yeah, but you're not a single-issue campaigner.
No, that's true, but I don't think she has to be.
Well,
but, if you did actually genuinely believe with every fibre of your being, which she professes to do, she's been arrested quite a few times in the name of climate alarmism.
It's those short sentences not working.
She's the reoffender.
Yes, indeed. She's been saying things like the world is about to end if we don't take action right now. Well, I'm sorry, love, but I don't think firing rockets into Israel every bloody hour of the day is doing much for the world.
Let's also be very clear. Her saying free Palestine or stand with Gaza does not necessarily mean she supports Hamas. And I think we've got to be very clear about this. You can say free Palestine,
Come
pro-Palestine.
on,
No,
Reem,
you
you're being naive.
No,
Where was her outrage? Why didn't she say a stand with Israel when the civilians were being killed? But then all of a sudden, she's standing with Gaza. She's taking a side, and she's taking the side of barbarianism and terror.
I don't know if she did say, any condemnation to Hamas, or if she did say, I stand with the Israeli people that have been massacred by the terrorist organisation that is Hamas. But let's be very clear: you can say, I support the Palestinian people without supporting Hamas.
I think the bigger concern is people who are around Greta's age generally seem to be more pro-Palestine than pro-Israel in the West. And what does that mean for future Western support of the state of Israel?
Well, yes, indeed. I mean, it is a really important point that how do we actually stop young people from being as indoctrinated as Greta?
Oh, that's so patronising. People, just because they don't come to the same far-right conclusions that you come to, doesn't mean that they don't know what they're talking about.
Right, I've got to wrap up, fortunately. Right,